All right, guys, welcome back to another interview on Unhinged. I'm joined by Callum Mullen. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm all good. Thanks for having us on. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. I mean, it's fantastic to have you on. You're a fantastic prospect. I'm looking forward to seeing you fight on a bigger scale, on a big show on Oktagon. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to it. And we'll start off with that fighting, making your debut on Oktagon. What does that feel? What does this moment feel like as you step up in the rankings and you set up in the ladder and you're moving towards ultimately the end goal?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. It's been a long time coming. I'm an experienced fighter. Like, I've been doing this since I was a kid. Like, from the age of 5, we got into these martial arts, and I feel like I've been doing it for my lifetime now. So I'm ready for the big step up, big shows, getting a bigger name, bigger platforms. I'm ready for it all.
Yeah, and with that step up, you're going to get more experienced fighters, and that's what happened. You're getting a more experienced fighter in Jakub. Talk to me about the opponent, what you know about him, and what you expect, obviously, on fight day from your opponent.
I don't know nothing about him. I've had a little watch of him. My coaches obviously watched him and stuff like that, but I feel like I'm ready for anyone world level. I'm ready. He's got a good record. He's ranked number 6 on the Octagon show, so I'm getting chucked straight in the top 10 there. Like, once I beat him, I should be ranked number 6 or whatever. So it's going to put me there, ready for title contention. I've got 4 fights with him, so see where it takes me. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited and I'm ready to make a big name for myself, and I'm looking to take over that division.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic division, some fantastic names that have been around in the sport for a long while, and I will get to that eventually. But as you mentioned there, that they're kind of throwing you into the deep end a little bit, fighting number 6. But does that bring a little bit extra spark to it? Does it make you smile just that little bit more? Because obviously there is a ranking maybe on the table.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Well, 100%. If I beat him, I'm taking his spot. I'm number 6, aren't I? So it chucks me straight in there. Like, I don't even know. With it being out of Europe and that, I've never with me always fighting in the UK and on local shows. I don't really know many of these European guys, but let's just go for him. I want them all. I'm coming for the number 1. I've got number 6 now. I'm coming for number 1. I'm coming for that champion. I want that belt, and I'm gonna carry on going with my career. I'm not gonna stop. I'm running through them all.
Yeah, they've definitely got some notable names in the division. None more so than you might have watched him fight before. Ivan Bushinger, he fought Conor McGregor back in the day, so he's still knocking about.
Is he? Yeah, he's in that. Is he in that division? I watched that. That's how
Number
I first
one.
ever found out about McGregor. When he knocked Ivan Bushinger out. Yeah, that's a mad.
Yeah, he's
That's a
number
mad
one,
name.
ranked number 1. So you could see yourself leading up for a potential one against him.
That's it. Yeah, give me. I'll fight this guy here, that Jakub, and then chuck me straight in with that Ivan Bushinger. I'll put him asleep as well.
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about this. Fantastic. But we're back to Jakub. I know we've got a task on hand. On paper, as we talked about, your most experienced fight today. But do you feel like as you step up, I know you're only just 5-0 in your career. Obviously, as you're moving up slowly, do you think this is a fantastic step up, a suitable step up as you're progressing, as we talked about, as you're progressing towards and better into your career?
Yeah, definitely. Going straight in there, like you said, top 10 guy. No, not fighting no bums. Not fought any bums my career. I've even on the local scenes, they've had guys flying in from Brazil, undefeated opponents, and I've just made them give up. I'm ready for these guys, and I want to continue this and go all the way.
Yeah, you just talked about then obviously your last fight. They declared a no contest, but we won't get onto that. You talked about, it was going your way, and obviously they're flying over these Brazilian prospects. It just shows what obviously these promotions are obviously thinking about you. And does that also give you more confidence? Because obviously Oktagon are giving you a top 10 in your debut. And, does that give you more confidence because they believe in you as such?
Yeah, I think the fight was just there, and we got offered it, and I was just I'm always up for a good fight, and I want to be fighting the best guys out there. It's all respect with the opponents. Like I say, with fighting these big guys, it's gonna push me on with my career. It's gonna make me a better fighter. It's gonna make me a better person. I'm gonna have to dig deeper. I'm gonna go into them deep waters, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I wanna cement my name as one of the best in the world.
Absolutely, and this is a fantastic, obviously, pathway to obviously what you want to get to eventually in the end. But with making your debut, We've seen it throughout your career so far. You're very exciting. You're very action paced. You're always looking to get that finish. Sorry, and you've done that thus far in your career. 5 finishes out of 5. Where does that stem from? Where does that finishing instinct, stem from?
This is how it started. So I fought as an amateur, and I fought a guy on a show, and I ended up going 5 rounds with him. I feel like I lost one of the rounds out of the 5 rounds. Like I were literally all over him. The fights on YouTube and stuff, and it didn't go my way. And I've never gone to this decision after that. I had more amateur fights. I put more light in the first round, and I'm not willing to go to the judges. It's literally like I'm not going there. Like I'm not putting it in their hands. Like I've got 15 minutes now to work, show how good I am, get the finish, get the job done, and get out of there. Like I don't want these lot to even like you can't trust it. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't know what fight they're watching. I'm not saying like every show's like that. It does happen, but like I wanna like make a statement, and I think going to the decision ain't gonna like do that. I think you've got to put a stamp on each round, and you've got to put a stamp on like the opponent. If you can make a finish, you've made a statement.
I absolutely agree. What you were talking about, the judges there, I feel like in the last year, maybe 2 years, one of the biggest talking points inside MMA has been judging and their scoring. So I completely agree with that. You can't really leave it in the hands of the judges because every single judge is going to have a different view. We've seen it time and time again, and it's just ridiculous. I think the scoring needs to be changed, and I completely agree. And obviously, you've gone on a fantastic run in your pro career so far. And obviously, on April 29th, I presume that you want to see that 100% record intact, and you get them out there.
Yeah, that's it. All I care about is going out and then winning. Like, if I win by decision, it is what it is. But as long as I can put a stamp out there, make a good statement. But if not, I want to punch his head in.
And obviously, this Oktagon debut fighting Jakub. What does the opportunity mean for you? And obviously, the fight itself. What does that mean?
Yeah, like I say, is much respect to him. Like he's on the same journey as me. He's doing the same thing as me. But like one person's got to go out there and get the job done, and like that's all it is. It's not personal, but I'm coming and I'm taking him out. Like I want the finish. I'm coming for everything. Like I say, I've got a little family now. I want to like give them the best life. I want to achieve greatness, and this is a step in the right direction. Being on Oktagon's like a really big step up for me. First time like flying out of the country to fight. I've never literally fought outside the UK. I've had a ton of like amateur fights, travelled all around the UK and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it, like experiencing the full thing. I've heard the show's meant to be crazy, and the fans are like they're meant to be wild as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Like in UK, I sell a lot of tickets. Like I've got a right army behind me, like coming to support me and stuff on these local shows, and I'm looking forward to going out there and like even if the crowd don't even like me, like I want to go out there and I'll silence them. Like even if they're not following me, like I want to experience everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree. I think it's a fantastic step. And you mentioned there you've not travelled outside of England. Does that bring obviously a better feel to it? Obviously, because you're experiencing new things, and obviously you mentioned you've never experienced this before. So later in the career, this is going to help you because you've been in these sort of situations before. So does that traveling over to a different country in different territory, does that bring a different feel to it because you're going over there to conquer someone else in the maybe in their country or in a different country?
It literally just excites me. Like I'm just looking forward to it. Like I don't feel like I've ever looked forward to a fight as much in my life than this because I just think like I'm living my dream. Like I'm doing something I love doing. I'm doing what like I want to do. Like there's so many sacrifices to this game that I've made. Like I used to work. I used to like be a full-time ground worker, and I had like a good job, secure job, and I just chucked it all away because I knew that wasn't for me. Like now I'm traveling the world. I'm gonna be around. Like I'd have never thought to book a flight to Slovakia and just on a city break. Like, now I'm going out there and fighting. It's gonna be like crazy. And like I'm gonna see the places in the world that I'd never seen before, and that's all due to fighting. Like it's mad, and I'm just looking forward to it. And I just want to like open the doors for UK fighters and like my team and the guys that are around me.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I would agree. I don't know what is out there in Slovakia. I don't know if there is much, but as you mentioned, you're ticking off destinations and you're fighting as well. So one of the best jobs in the world. Obviously, it's fantastic. But you mentioned your team there, and they're roughly Aspire, a fantastic gym in Liverpool. Some fantastic coaches. Obviously, how do they help you prepare? And I know I've seen you traveling at higher level MMA as well up in Scotland. So talk to me about obviously, who you're training with, the coaches, and obviously how influential they are.
So how it started, like I was training in Bradford, and I ended up going over to do a grappling comp at one of my coach's team's gym, Phil, and I met them through competing at in their event, and like we were only kids at the time, and they just literally shown us like so much like respect, like they always supported our career, and then we just ended up finding our way, like going and training with them, like, and it's been the best decision I've ever done. Like they're like them two, Dean and Phil, are like family to me. Like they're what they do for me, and like Tom, Jamal, letting me travel down there is crazy. Like they're always there for us. They're always willing to help us. Like obviously it's like an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours journey. It's expensive in fuel. Like Phil is always like, listen, if you're struggling, we'll help you out and stuff. Like they go way beyond, everything for us. Like they are willing to put into us as long as we're showing like we're gonna like put in as well. So like they go out the way for us, they help us, and I've got a great team there. Liam McCracken, he's just fought on Bellator, one of like my main sparring partners when I'm going down there. There's a load of other guys like which just high level. They just seem so much more switched on compared to like local gyms to where I am now. Even the amateurs, man, the amateurs and the kids that have got coming out of there. There's some high level kids, so it shows they're doing the right stuff there, so I know I'm on the right track and I'm getting the right guidance by them in Liverpool. When I've been over to Scotland, higher level, like that's an amazing gym. Obviously it's like a bit of a trek for us, like it's 4 hours, so I'll end up going up there and doing like a bit of a camp there, like if I can get a couple of weeks in up there with James Doolan and the guys there. We met them by my brother making his pro debut against Mark Ewan. Tom fought him, and straight after the fight, we went up there, ended up training with them. Like, there's some mint lads up there, like unbelievable talent, like Mark, Dylan, Sean that's just going pro now. There's some really high level guys coming out of the gym, but it's like down to the coaches. Like, the coaches are the ones that are bringing everybody together there, and like both them gyms are so successful, and that's why I want to train with the two gyms and just learn from the coaches. The coaches have got so much knowledge, and I feel like when I've been there, I see techniques and I'm just like baffled with it. Like I don't understand like how I didn't know it before. Like it's something so simple and they can just correct it. So it's like, it's massive for me. Like them little inches now at pro, like up against these big level shows against the high level fighters. I need them. I need to know the difference between these little inches there. I want to be the best. And I feel like that's where I'm getting it. And I've also got my own team, my own gym in Bradford. I've got some high level guys there, guys that I've been training with since we were kids. We've got a right team down here now, so I get my work in a lot. I like to travel. I've got good input from other coaches and stuff, and it's just like that's why I love the sport. So many good people around it, and just all want to help each other get better.
I absolutely agree. I think the best thing for a fighter, is go around, travel gyms, get different looks. Because ultimately, you're going to trade techniques, you're going to trade advice, and that's going to help you both get better. And you mentioned high level, got fantastic, Mark Ewan, Keir Harvey, fantastic fighters over there. They're ridiculous. And obviously Aspire as well, fantastic, coaches, fantastic fighters over there. As you talked about, Liam McCracken just made his Bellator debut. So you're hanging around with these good fighters. So ultimately, you're going to get better, and it's going to show improvement. So I completely agree where you come from.
Yeah, I feel like being around them good guys, like they're all hungry, they're all on the same mission. Like we're all just pushing on each other, like it works well. Like everyone always mentions it about my brothers and stuff like that, but we're also surrounded by a lot of positive other guys that are like pushing us, and we're motivating each other as well. So it's good, man. It's good. I enjoy it.
Ultimately, everyone wants the same goal, and I presume you want that same goal. Eventually, you probably see yourself, fighting in the UFC. And I presume, obviously, I would like to ask you about your career goals, and where you see your career moving forward, obviously in the future.
Since being a kid, I've always wanted to like the UFC like world champion, and I think that's everyone's kind of goal. But there's talks of like the money as well, isn't there? Like when I speak to like these high level fighters, and you know, the guys that are in the UFC, and they sometimes say about the pay and stuff, like you've also got to do it for like your own career, and like you want to do the best for you as well, and put your like your life and like what's that guy called, Brendan Lockner, like he's financially free now, like what he's been saying in PFL, and look where his career's gone. Like there's other paths as well as not as the UFC, but I'm going for that UFC title, and that's what I want. Like if I don't get there, like I'm, no matter what, I'm going to be a world champion on some show. I'm gonna do well. I'm gonna be able to support my family. I want to be financially free, but like I say, like I'm not going to stop until I get a UFC title. I feel like that's the #1 promotion. That's like everybody wants to be a UFC fighter out there, and since being a kid, that's always been a goal of mine. So yeah, that's the main one.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Callum. I think your input is fantastic. I'm very looking forward to seeing you fight on April 29th on a fantastic show on Oktagon. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I wish you the best of luck. Obviously, I wish you bring it home back to you. And obviously, ultimately, I hope you come safe and, sound to your family.
Nice one. Thank you. Cheers. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate your time, Callum. Absolute pleasure. Catch you soon.
Nice. Thank you. See you in a bit.